Hey everybody, it's Ron from Roller Rips. Yep, you haven't heard from me in a while. I know I've let Larry do most of the videos, but my wife just got me a brand new box of 1991 Fleer football. So I thought I'd share it with you. I'm not going to do the whole box. My plan is I will pick out 4 packs. There's 36 packs in a box. I will be selling the other packs probably on eBay. If you haven't seen our eBay site, it is Roller5452 on eBay. I've already got some 89 football, 88 baseball, the 91 hockey, the 91 baseball, and the 92 football up there. Again, really good prices, $2, $3 a pack. So passing the savings on to you. So she got me a box. I'm going to open 4 so you can see what you could possibly get. I know the big hit in here, number 1 is Joe Montana, card number 360. If you hit that and you get upgraded to a PSA 10, it's worth about $75. So not a huge amount of money, but again, also getting a PSA 10 is very difficult with the older cards because centering for these things was just atrocious. You saw the new mats that Larry got us with the Roller Rips. And if you watched the previous video, my wife got me that beautiful baseball one that I'm now using as a backdrop for this. So it actually kind of looks nice. You see all the baseball lights there. So let's get into this. First pack, these old wax packs. I absolutely love them. So let's throw that over there. So let's see who we get. First card, Lee Williams, Carl Lee, Eric Benemi, Bill Brooks, Tunch Ilkin, Mike Johnson, Reggie Langhorne, Mark Jackson, Phil Simms. Dad's, I mentioned in a few videos, is a Giants fan, and, you know, Phil Simms won him a few Super Bowls, so be happy to see that one. James Francis. Oh, what do we have here? Bo Jackson, Raider All-Pro running back. Not a hit, but that is a nice card, and it is what? Larry will be really happy to see this one, so I will, I might save that for Larry. We'll put that up here for now. That's the only one we've really seen. And then we've got Randall Cunningham, Duval Love, and Mark Murphy. So nothing big in that pack, although I will say that the Bo Jackson All-Pro, nice card. I'll look that one up, see what kind of come-ups we get. So again, if they're not a PSA 10, and if you look at this card, look at the centering on that, you can see it's really heavy on the right side here, then, you know, you're not going to get a PSA 10. So, you know, the card might be worth $2, $3. But again, when you're only paying, you know, $2 for the pack, hey, it's a hit, right? Because you're making some money. All right, moving on to the next pack. We have, what do we have here? We've got Steve Tasker, Michael Brooks, Mark Bavaro, Carl Carter. Oh, we got another All-Pro card. What do we have this time? Nick Lowry. All right. Oh, Emmitt Smith League Leaders. That is actually a hit. In the top 15 most valuables of this pack, Emmitt Smith League Leaders is number 15. It is, if you get a PSA 10, it is a $25 card. So let's put Emmitt in a sleeve. What do we think of Emmitt? Oh, definitely. Look how thin it is on this side. Thick. Definitely not a PSA 10, so definitely not worth grading. All right, moving on. We've got Jackie Slater, Ed West, Danny Villa, Mike Dumas, Art Monk. Look at that. Commanders fan, right? Art Monk was an amazing receiver. So, Junior Seau, again, another great player. Keith Sims, and Reggie White, hitters. Now, Reggie White, card number 336, is a hit. It would be, this is not the one. So the Reggie White, not the hitters card, but the original card, it's, again, if you got a PSA 10, it would have been worth $25, but this is not the one we're looking for. We're looking for card 336. So moving on to pack number 4. Look how easy these wax packs are to open. Isn't this great? These new like foil ones, and I know it keeps the cards in better condition, but these foil ones are just ridiculous nowadays. All right, we got Mark Clayton. All right, here's another hit. League leader Joe Montana. That is number 13 on the list. I'll set these down. And again, if it was graded to a 10, it would be worth $25. Now, what do we think of Joe? Is Joe would Joe get a PSA 10? I will say the centering here looks pretty good. Actually, top to bottom and left to right. That is actually a nice card. So it's one of those things. What do you think? Should I send this off to get graded? I mean, it costs about 30 bucks Canadian to get these things graded. Do you think this would come back as a 10? Let me know in the comments down below if you think Joe Montana would come back as a 10. All right, moving on. We've got Gary Anderson, Tommy Aggie, Marcus Allen. Again, Larry would be happy to see that one, but again, not a hit. But, you know, if you watch, like if you're old like me, you know, you were watching football in the 90s, you knew who the good players were. Marcus Allen, right up there. Dexter Carter, Neil Anderson, John Alt, Rodney Hampton, Anthony Bell, Steve Broussard, Morton Anderson, and Brad Muster. So pack number 3 down. Again, 2 hits, number 13, number 15 in the top 15 for cards, right? We've got the Emmitt Smith and the Joe Montana League leaders. All right, let's get in there. Let's find a Joe Montana card number 360, right? That's the number 1 card in this series. We got Clarence Verdin, Chris Calloway, Dave Grayson, Jerry Rice. That is a hit. That is card number 2 in the list. Jerry Rice, card number 363, right there. All right. If this were to get graded to a PSA 10, it would be worth $65. Now, take a look at that centering. All here, nothing over here. Definitely not getting graded to a PSA 10. So, I like sharing these facts about the hobby, so I do a little research before I open the packs, just so you know what the price would be worth if you were to get a 10, right? Michael Young, Bart Oates, Tim McGee, Leslie O'Neill, Kevin Green, Tim Harris, Irving Fryer, Steve Walsh, Mark Rippon, again, a Commanders quarterback, and Lamas Brown. So, again, fun to open. I'm going to be putting these packs up on eBay, maybe $2.99 a pack kind of thing, plus shipping. So if it's something you think you're interested in, check us out at Roller5452. I already have some Stadium Club, some Topps 91 Baseball, which I've done some videos of all of these. And if you tuned into our Whatnot shows, we've opened some on the Whatnot shows. It's a lot of fun. Our next Whatnot show, I think we have slated for the 28th of June. Come on out and see us. Hope you liked the video, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks, everyone.